All right, we heard what Prime Minister Modi had to say. Probably for the first time has addressed the Muslim vote bank. Paulami Saha joining me right there from Uttar Pradesh. Paulami, we heard what the Prime Minister had to say about Muslim women and how they've been constantly suppressed by the opposition. In fact, we believe the last election, many Muslim women very silently voted for Prime Minister Modi. And we believe the numbers have increased over the last few years post the triple talaq abolition.
Well, Nabila, as far as the woman factor is concerned, the woman vote factor is concerned, that is going to be extremely critical in these Uttar Pradesh elections. In the context of Uttar Pradesh elections previously, you may never have heard about the woman vote factor. But the percentage of women who are in fact coming out to cast their ballot in Uttar Pradesh is now nearly the same as men. And this sort of exponential growth has been seen in the last 15 years. In fact, catering to that woman voter, many measures have been taken by the Election Commission in terms of specific booths, putting more women officials and security and administration officials on the ground as well. And we did see women come out and, of course, cast their ballot. Whether the numbers are going to be high enough, of course, to make a difference, that remains to be seen. So this vote bank is extremely critical. We've seen the campaign led by various political parties which are targeted at women. We know the Congress's campaign is Ladki Hu Lad Sakti Hu. And, of course, we know how the Samajwadi Party also then, of course, took a position in terms of the women electorate, and now the BJP, of course. And this specifically is very interesting, Nabila, because this is, of course, his outreach towards Muslim women coming off the back of the hijab controversy, which is, of course, being witnessed across the country. While it's happening in Karnataka, it is, being talked about and spoken about and debated across the country. For the Prime Minister to make this sort of an outreach to Muslim women, saying we abolish triple talaq, and those parties, they want to keep you suppressed. They want to, reduce your voice to nothing. And that is not what the BJP is allowing. And that is why they were quite surprised when Muslim women came out after the abolition of triple talaq and chanted slogans in favor of Modi. And that is something which was surprising to the opposition parties. So this very outspoken and a straightforward outreach which has been made to Muslim women by Prime Minister Modi, extremely interesting, coming as it does in the backdrop of the hijab controversy. How it plays out eventually remains to be seen. But we do know that Muslims, in fact, predominantly form a big chunk of the vote bank, which is being wooed over here in Western Uttar Pradesh, which goes to pose in this first phase and in the second phase as well. Jats and Muslims are calling the shots in these two phases, and they in fact comprise between 30 to 40% of the electorate which is polling today, Nabila. So extremely critical in the sort of message that he's given from Saharanpur, which is not polling today, but of course the message goes across.
Many of the poll precedents working for the BJP have been given a target to bring in at least 15 votes per poll. Per poll booth, and that must come from the minority community. And of course, this is the first time we heard Prime Minister Modi himself addressing the Muslim vote base, especially speaking of women and how they have heaped praises on the BJP in the past. I'm going to quickly cut across to the hijab controversy right here in Udupi. I'm standing right in front of the Udupi Women's PU College, where the showdown happened, where the college refused to allow women inside wearing the hijab.